Hey Summoners, we got some pretty exciting news for you guys this time around. My name is Nathan and we'll be talking about the upcoming KOG'MAW visual effects update. We'll also touch up on future champion updates, so make sure you stick around to the end and, well, let's get started. Riot announced that KOG'MAW's freshest appearance is coming to the PvE sometime in the near future. We're talking about an updated model, new visual effects, a new magic and armor shred icon, and so much more. The goal with this update is to improve clarity for KOG'MAW's missiles, along with making a clear distinction with this W. Something to clarify here is that while KOG'MAW did get a significantly updated model, this isn't very normal for visual effects updates. The character artists worked on this update and they did what they could with the model without changing any of the animations. KOG'MAW is one of the oldest champions in League, released back in 2010, almost 11 years ago. He actually has a pretty unique playstyle, with his W being the most important cooldown. Champions that rely on one core ability, especially an ability that lasts for a long time, might need to have a higher level of clarity when that ability is used. Right now, it's pretty hard to see when KOG'MAW is in his W, since most of his particles and effects are in his mouth. Lucky for us, we'll be able to see whenever KOG'MAW activates his Bio Arcane Barrage. His new model has some really bright and obvious effects on his W, and the same goes for the rest of his skins. Speaking of clarity, it's a lot easier to see the rest of his abilities too. When you compare the visual update to the current KOG, you'll realize that his skills, especially his Q and his ultimate, are pretty misleading. While we're on the topic of visual updates, it may seem like every visual update needs to clarify that KOG'MAW won't be getting any special effects on his 520 and 975 skins. His base skin, alongside with any of their other low-costing skins, will have a bright purple or green aura around his W, while his newer skins like KOG'MAW will have the detailed effect. Okay, so circling back to the clarity of visual effects. Riot also has added a brand new icon for abilities that shred your armor and magic resist. However, this icon doesn't really match abilities with the same effect. For example, KO's Q applies a different icon when it lands on the opponent. Maybe Riot doesn't want to risk using the same icon in case both champions are on the same team, but it feels weird to have different icons for the same effect. It sounds like we're nitpicking, but the visual clarity is extremely important in League of Legends. Players constantly get hit with abilities that look like they don't land. It could be a blitz hook or in case of KOG'MAW's ultimate. Back when AP KOG was part of the meta, players always brought up how difficult it was to see the range of his ability. Sure, you can always blame the players and say that they should know about the misleading hitbox. That's what we do with most long-range, slow-moving abilities right now. But honestly, that shouldn't be the case. If players can't fairly react to your ability, that's an issue. That's why visual updates are a big deal in League of Legends, and I think they'll be the driving force to help keep the game looking crisp. With that being said, it does seem like it'll be a small nerf to KOG'MAW. League is all about small advantages, and knowing about KOG'MAW's weird hitboxes also proves that. If you ever play KOG yourself, you'll quickly notice that it could take a second or two before your opponents can run away from you when you use your W. If you walk into an unwarded bush and activate it, it's even harder for the enemy to tell once you walk out. These are really minor details, but backing off a second late can be the difference between winning or losing a 2v2. Now that we've gone over KOG'MAW's visual effects update, what champion do you think Riot should update next? If we're going by age, I think that Tryndamere and Zilean are next in line for an update. They have really outdated effects, and Tryndamere's ultimate could definitely use some clarification. Zilean just looks pretty outdated overall, and he's really weird just floating around with his arms spread out, it's kind of creepy. Honestly, he might be in line for a longer visual update one day. That will be wrapping up our video. Remember to let us know in the comments who you want Riot to update next. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any important updates. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.